Hey guys, the founder of the Restoration Praise Ministry Worldwide is Eminence Archbishop Samson Benjamin. The cleric have went out this time around with his member of his church dancing with his casket on his head with a cloth wore in the color of green white which show the color of Nigerian flag. This cleric is popular now on his Facebook account where he shared the video with a caption which says, "There is absolutely nothing for Nigeria to celebrate at 62. This bishop went on his Facebook page to protest that Nigeria at 62 is not good enough for people to be celebrating the 62 years of age. This bishop, who also known as African Major Prophet on social media platform, has been major critics of all the politicians in Nigeria in his decision of speaking truth to power. The bishop went out with his crew and with the flag of Nigeria, barely second day of which Nigeria celebrated its independence. In a video showing him dancing like Michael Jackson in his protest to kick against the celebrations of the Independence Day the Nigeria celebrated on October 1st, 2022. The video can capture a lot of his crew standing behind him with their flag and loudspeaker which they are using to communicate to the member of the community. After his dancing and the waving of the Nigerian flag across the community, the bishop talked to the newsmen and expressed his displeasure on what the Nigeria situation has been. He kicked against the Muslim ticket which the APC are giving as an option to Nigeria. He said nobody, even you are a Muslim or you are a Christian, should support such an act because Muslim and Muslim ticket, it's even against the Quran of injustice. The bishop showcased his displeasure on the ticket that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have either take a Christian as his own running mate. For those of you who have not watched the video, you can watch the video and we'll be right back.
Developmentally, but somehow we are just not anywhere in the Committee of Nations right now because of the things that are going on. And let me tell you, it has become too necessary for coffins like this to be carried. You do remember that during the victory of this administration in 2015, someone trekked from Lagos to Abuja to celebrate the victory of this administration. A couple of days ago, he also decided to carry a coffin. He wrote an RIP on the coffin and said he was on his way to Abuja this time, not to celebrate victory, but to show his disappointment over what the nation has turned into. You know, as a spiritual man, I do understand that he did not understand so much about the deep values of carrying a coffin day and night. I made up my mind that I was going to help and ensure he doesn't get into any kind of spiritual trouble or problem. This country is in a big mess and it requires a great redemption right now. And we know that the need for this redemption is too serious now.
Okay, now, the Muslim ticket is generating a lot of controversy. What do you have to say about that?
Look, I've talked about this and I will say it a million times over. The Muslim ticket is unacceptable. It's unnatural. It's devoid of equity, transparency, and justice. You know, in this country, we are used to some particular system, especially in a nation where you have almost like 50% this faith and 50% the other faith. Nigeria is a secular state. We are used to a Christian and a Muslim deputy, or a Christian and a Muslim and a Christian deputy. That's how it has been all these years. The case of 1993 during Abiola's time was a different period. In that period, there was great religious tolerance, absolute religious tolerance, and nobody cared whether Abiola and Babagana Kingibe were Muslim ticket at that time. You know, this issue of insecurity, bandits, terrorists, and the extrajudicial killing, I remember that was on the streets times and times and times over and over the death of Deborah Samuel, who was lynched to death in Sokoto State, and up until now nothing has happened. Are we going to talk about the other sister who in somewhere in Nasarawa State was doing a morning cry and she was beheaded and nothing happened? We cannot tolerate that right now. At this time, even in the party where you have the Muslim together, it's a wrong time now, because the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a Muslim and is going to rule, if Christ tarries, up until 2023 by natural justice. A Christian is supposed to take over from him. But since this never happened, they gave it to a Muslim, and then the Muslim took another Muslim. That is just an insult. But that was not enough. And they went about hiring fake bishops, and up until today they are still meeting with Christians when they said Christians are incompetent. Any Christian who accepts a Muslim ticket is a traitor, a betrayer to the faith of Christianity. And any Muslim who actually accepts a Muslim ticket is not a sincere Muslim, because even in the Holy Quran it's given that justice be meted to all citizens alike. Once the Prophet of Islam asked, who is your neighbor? He said, count 40 houses to your left and 40 houses to your right. From then to the 40 houses, they are your neighbor. Did this not show any sensitivity to the Christian populace in Nigeria, to the Christian populace in this country? And let me tell you, it was unacceptable when it happened. It's unacceptable today and will remain unacceptable as far as Nigeria is concerned. As far as I'm concerned, and well-thinking Christians and Muslims who are sincere and just, that party has already lost it completely. There is nothing they can do right now to make it work. Right now it is between those who have done the normal thing: justice, equity, transparency, and natural justice.
Nigeria celebrated independence yesterday. The question is it really worth celebrating?
Well, I don't know what you meant by celebration, but the truth here is there's nothing to celebrate. When our children have been out of school for almost 11 months, you call that a celebration? Don't you see exactly what the youths are doing everywhere? The youths are angry. Their blood is boiling. And you know something? Where the youths are standing, that is where we, the parents, are standing. Whether we come out with them now or we do not come out with them right now, what are we celebrating? Celebrating insecurity, celebrating bandits and terrorism, celebrating division everywhere. Can't you see the way things are going? Look, if you look at the strata of things that is going on right now, let's assume, for instance, that probably the other party wins the election. Everybody can guess who is going to be who in the government without waiting. Of course, you know the names that will come back. Same names that have been there many years ago. For the very first time, there seems to be a neutral ground for people. And people seem to be looking in that area. But I am not concerned about that right now. What I'm concerned about is that Nigerians should know that if an injustice is meted and you don't correct it immediately, it will continue. Therefore, what are we celebrating, or what did we celebrate? Our children out of school, when their children are abroad, when their children are in school, in private schools, where they can afford to pay their fees, and these children who are in public school. I went to public school all my life. And you know, it was worth it at that time. The truth is, I didn't know what was celebrated yesterday when our children are out of school. Listen, Any father who does not look for the future and benefit of his child is a wizard. And let me say this very clearly, that the leaders that we have right now are so insensitive. And now you could borrow or give or dash Niger Republic 1.4 billion naira, and their children at home cannot go to school. What kind of a father are you? And you want the same people to be voted into power? There are too many reasons why these people should just be let out of power. Our children has to go to school anyhow. Anyhow. I was expecting that probably in the address of the celebration of the 52nd year of Nigeria, it will be whatever ASU wants for our children to go back to school, we will make it available. But no, it's still the same thing. We are going to agree with them. We are going to do this. We are going to talk. They have been talking in the last couple of months. No result has come out. And today, I carry this coffin again to remind all Nigerians never to forget that no matter how time passes, the passage of time, the passage of everything, Jesus said in the book of Luke chapter 17 verse number 32, he said, remember Lot's wife. I will ask all Nigerians to remember the fake bishops and remember the Quran Sermon. That will guide the mind, the heart, and the decision of everyone. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Welcome back, guys. I think you've seen him giving his own displeasure about the situations of the country and the Muslim tickets that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is offering the APC and the Nigerian people. Archbishop Samson Mustafa is one of the prominent bishops in Nigeria that has kicked against the make publicly the situations of Nigeria and the killings across the country. As a vibrant and outspoken bishop who believe in speaking truth to power, are always kicking against the bad behaviors and the misappropriate of the Nigeria political elite. Well, it's a great pleasure for major Nigeria because we can still see some bishop who can still speak true to power. That is just the update we have for you regarding Archbishop Samson today. And don't forget to share this video to other people to watch out there. May God bless you as you watch, like, comment and share. See you in another video. Peace out.